Alright, the first thing you're going to need is basically a place. They call it an IDE, and it's for creating your apps. One of the things I try to teach my grandkids is basically how to research all this stuff because, doing IT, you'll never remember everything. Uh, One of the things I'm always talking about, is get on there, find out what it means. Sometimes you got to type in different searches to find out what you want. So first thing we're going to do is like, okay, what is an IDE? All right. So, and then of course, integrated development environment. So if you want to find out anything, Google or Bing, whatever your preferred search engine is, I'm sure you're going to find it. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get right into getting our Android Studio, since that's going to be our IDE that we're going to work in for creating our development. So and download. So if you type in Android Studio download, just like I did there, I believe you could get to it from the first one here. We'll check it out, but yeah, one of the first couple ones in here, you should come up. All right, there you go, and you got download Android Studio 2.3.1 for Windows. They make it for different environments. You could get it for Linux if you have a Linux environment. Not sure about Windows or not sure about Apple, which I'm guessing not because, like I say, they're competing companies and stuff. So, anyways, you just click on the link, agree to the terms and conditions, and then click on the download. Of course, it'll redirect, and then it'll start downloading. Now, I'm using Google Chrome as my browser. So depending on your browser, of course, it may be in a different place. And then you just sit back and you wait on it to finish up downloading. Alright, so once the download completes, it'll be down here in your lower left hand corner if you're using Google Chrome. Just click on your little drop arrow. You might not be able to see this, but click on Show in Folder. And I've already had one downloaded before. Anyways, you can right click on it, open or run it, or you can double click on it. Next you see a little please wait while setup is loading. They're verifying the installer. So you can go ahead and close Explorer while you're waiting on that. Alright, once the verification finishes, it should be bringing up a window here shortly. But in the meantime, if you have any issues, you can just follow the instructions right here on your screen. Alright, eventually your UAC or user account control will come up and you'll have to give permission for the program to install. So go ahead and click on yes when that pops up. Alright, once you get it, you come to this screen. Welcome to Android Studio Setup. It's pretty simple. I believe all of them are pretty much defaults. You click on Next, Next, Agree, default location, Start Menu Folder, and then just click Install. And then kick back and wait. It's going to take a little bit. Alright, so once the installation is complete, you just click on Next. If you don't want to start Android Studio, you uncheck this block. If you do want to start it, then go ahead and leave it checked. Click Finish. Alright, you'll know it's starting. You'll get this little gray box, and you'll start seeing a line going across here as it's loading. Alright, so once it opens, you'll get this screen right here. We'll go down to Configure first. We'll check for updates just to make sure that there are no updates. Alright, I already have the latest version installed. Next, we will go down to our SDK manager. And you're going to get the latest version is what they're going to have checked, but you're going to want to install pretty much everything all the way back to 4.1 or Jelly Bean, and that'll get you about 97% of all Android devices out there. So click apply. They're going to be installed. Click OK. Accept the agreement. Next. And then just sit back and wait. While we're waiting, another real good resource for learning is Udacity.com. Especially in Android, iOS development, and things like that. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, as you can see, it's Udacity.com up here. And then go to Android Developer. You can scroll through and see the different degrees that they got. Create a program or a login and go from there. So check that out if you get a chance. If this course doesn't do enough, because there's a lot of things I won't be explaining, like the little, the background stuff, like how it all works and the, different life cycles and stuff like that. That'll be like further down the line. We'll talk about that. But if you want to get a good jump on that, this is a good place to start. Alright, to make better use of this time while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and show you something that you're definitely going to need to know. If you look over here to the right of the screen here, this is my phone. You are going to have to do this if you want to deploy applications to your phone for testing and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to find your settings. Mine is basically in a drop down up here, so we're going to pull it down. You're going to go to your settings, which is this little gear up here, and each one will be different. And my phone was just updated recently, so alright, so you're going to scroll down. You got system down here, which is usually what it's going to be under. You're going to go to About Phone or find the About. Like I say, the older versions, it might be a little bit different. And then here you're going to scroll down until you find Build Number. And you're going to tap it 7 times. Now mine's already in developer mode, so it's going to come up and tell you that it's in developer mode, but when you start tapping it, it's going to give you a countdown of how many more times you have to tap it before you go into developer mode. So if I tap mine once, it says developer mode has already been turned on. So we can back out of that. So once you come back out, a couple things you got to set in developer mode, which is back in settings. So we'll bring that down again. We'll hit the gear. You scroll down. Developer options are all the way at the bottom here. Okay, so here you can turn on or off the developer options if you don't want them. One of the things I recommend, if you got a phone that shuts off and you have a password and you got to constantly keep turning it on and you're trying to work, click your stay awake, make sure that that's on. And then down here, USB debugging, you want that to be on as well. And if both those are on, and and when you're done, if you're not working on it, of course, go back and set your stay awake to off. But we're going to set it to on for right now. Anyways, that's something that you definitely need to know. So go ahead and get that done, because once we get going, you're going to want to upload things to your phone, and you will be connecting by a USB cord to your computer. Alright, once it finishes, if you look down here, it'll let you know if any of the packages failed, and it says one of ours did, platform 16. So we'll go ahead and click finish. So it was the last one here, so we'll go ahead and run it one more time. Sometimes that works, sometimes it don't, so give it a few minutes. And as you can see, it did finish this time, so we'll click finish. And once again, if you need to add anything else, if you want to go back farther, you can. If you want to wait, like say if you do something and you target an older device, it'll install at the time. So anyways, that's all there is to downloading, installing, and updating your Android Studio. So we'll see you in the next video.